Well, it got pretty cold last night. It got down in negative temperatures. I'm not really sure. I mean, it was last night, so I don't really know exactly what temperature it got down to. I woke up at 11. It was right around, I think, 3 degrees. Yeah, and Carolyn was starting the wood stove, and the cat came over and woke me up. So, we tried to run the water, and it froze. From the IBC tank, the pipes did, like it does every year. And I understand everybody seems to think they have a solution to this, but this just isn't a problem that I want to go invest a bunch of money into. It does it once a year for a couple days, and then we're back to normal. So I'm gonna fill some buckets, just like we always do. It's not a catastrophe. We still have water. That's the thing, is so many other people have their pipes freeze in their house. And I'm sure that there are some people watching this video who have their pipes freeze. If you live in a mobile home, your pipes probably freeze. I lived in a regular house and my pipes froze every year. What am I looking for here? Right here. So it happens. I put heat tape around the electric, that stuff that you plug in. I think it's called heat tape. And I would plug that in. And, it'd still freeze. It'd get too cold. So I think what happened was it's been so windy that I can put a tarp over the IBC tank to try to keep the wind out. But I think the wind just kind of blew right into it. So, we'll just fill buckets with the... I thought there was another bucket in here. That's why I'm so stumbling around trying to figure out what's going on. But I don't see it in here. But we have this cooler here that I'll fill up, and I'll find that other bucket. And I got a black bucket that we'll use to flush the toilet with. Now I got to kind of hurry today because it's so cold that I'm afraid, like, my filters and stuff, actually they don't need to be this high, but regardless, my filters, I'm afraid, will freeze. I'm going to go find these other buckets real quick. Okay, so I want to interrupt this video just for a minute and ask you to, at the end of this video, I'll have an up next box to my other channel where I'm working on a lawnmower. Appreciate it if you go check it out, subscribe to the channel, and learn how to fix your own lawnmower. Might come in handy. All right, so I got some further instructions from Carolyn. She, I guess, straightened up the camper from before she vacated and started cooking on the porch. So we got the bucket here so we can flush the toilet, and then I'll go find that other bucket, and then we'll get everything hooked up and show you how this is just not a big deal. I mean, I have to fill the IBC tank nearly every day anyways. So what's the difference between filling an IBC tank or filling a few buckets? And we can still take a shower. All I got to do is hook the well up to the on-demand water heater, and we have a shower. Okay, so I'm guessing this is, yep, this is the bucket right here. That's great. It's even got a lid. I didn't think it had a lid. That's good. And we'll grab this hose. Okay, so I've got this connection here that I'm going to take apart. That one I got to use one hose. Since I don't have to run it all the way to the IBC tank, I can just fill these buckets. I don't have to have that. There's a hose over there, and it's just very hard to move around, very inflexible. So I'll use this to hook up the filters. with it being so cold, it's almost impossible to hook up that other hose. It's just so stiff. And this one, although it's much easier, still doesn't like these cold temperatures. So, I know somebody's going to say something. Well, that's a lot of work. I literally have to do this every day anyways. This is just a different procedure, just to dump it in the bucket versus the IBC tank. So, we have the convenience of a flowing water. That's it. But we don't really use that much water when it comes to flowing water. Okay, so now we'll go down and turn on the inverter. I got a wobble here. I don't want to distract you with a wobbly noise. Not sure what it is. Everything seems tight. All right, let's see where we're at with the voltage. We should be pretty good, I would think. Make it 5 amps. Probably make it more than that. It's just, we're fully charged at 14.3, so the charge controller stopped charging, or stopped taking electricity because it doesn't need it. So we'll turn on the inverter for the well. Now, the only thing that could be a problem right now is where the faucet knob is for the well. That could be frozen. I just take a little torch and we can heat that up and get it to thaw out, because water seems to accumulate right here. So, but no, it looks like it's going to turn, so that's good. So it may not be frozen. We'll see. I think I hear it. Yep, I hear it. So the water's filling up this black pipe now. I have a hole down there. I know I say this a lot, but there's a lot of new people. I have a hole down there that drains down so that that black pipe is empty. And since it's empty, it can't freeze. Okay, so water's coming out. Okay, I got this one full. I'm gonna take it over to the porch so I don't have to carry them all over at the same time while the other one's filling. The thing is, like I said earlier, the same people that are telling me how to fix my system are probably the same people that have the pipes frozen right now. I just I was looking at Facebook earlier this morning, and there's a few towns over, I mean nowhere near us, and they're posting in one of the Facebook groups that their electric went out 6 hours ago and their house is down to 38 degrees and they don't know what they're going to do. They're going to freeze to death. Well, waiting until the problem exists is too late. I'm not saying be a prepper, but you knew it was going to be cold today. And if you lose electric, you have no way to stay warm. How do you not think about this? It makes no sense. So I have an IBC tank that I know is going to freeze when it gets down to these kind of temperatures. And I don't want to fix it. I don't know how to tell subscribers this, but I don't want to fix it. I'm quite happy with it. And I think it's near perfect. And I have a backup water source. So why do I need to fix it? If I have to be out here every day doing this anyways, what's the point? There is no point. It's only to satisfy subscribers is the only reason I would actually have to fix it. Because it isn't doing me any good to fix it. Okay, so that bucket's full. So that's 3 buckets of water. I should have dumped this one out long before it started freezing, but I forgot about it. Okay, so now I'm going to start undoing these hoses before they freeze. I don't want them to freeze. Well, I mean, it's no big deal. I just drag them into the house if they freeze. But I don't want to have to do that. But having cut this one in half sure has made life a lot easier than having to drag 2 hoses around and make that work. And I still have filtered water. That's what's so fantastic. Okay, so now I'm going to take these hoses, drape them down the hill a bit so they'll drain out. Try not to slip on the ice. I blew through the hose, make sure all the water had drained out of it. I'm going to put them close together in case it snows, which I don't think it's going to. That way, if it snows, I can dig around until I find one. I just pick all 3 of them up instead of trying to find each one individually. I got my lids a little dirty here, so I'll take a little bit of this water and rinse it off. It already froze. It's just that fast. I will say one thing. You desperately have to have waterproof gloves if you're going to live this type of life. It is a lifesaver. I started wearing the ends out, the tips of my fingers out on these gloves. So I took some Permatex, which is a sealant to make gaskets on the lawnmower, and I sealed them up so they would stop ripping. Okay, so we'll take these in the house, and my problem is solved with water. So if you'll click this up next box, it'll take you to a video where I was working on a lawnmower on my other channel. So I hope I can inspire you to have a backup plan so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.